My sister walked into the business I built and said, "Dad's giving it all to me. I have kids to feed." I just smiled and replied, "Take a look at the ownership papers." Part 3. I put down my fork. "I'm sorry to hear that. College is expensive." They exchanged a look that confirmed my suspicions about this dinner invitation. Mom reached across the table and took my hand. "Chelsea, honey, we know we weren't always the most supportive parents. We made mistakes, terrible mistakes. The way we treated you compared to Lily, it wasn't fair." I sat there letting their words wash over me. Were they genuinely remorseful or just desperate for money? Probably both. "We're so proud of you," Mom said, her eyes watering. "And we were hoping maybe you could find it in your heart to help your family just until we get back on our feet." There it was, the real reason for the sudden family reunion. I wanted to refuse, to tell them they'd made their bed and could lie in it, but something stopped me. Maybe it was the memory of Grandma Eleanor's words about not becoming bitter. Or maybe it was the realization that I could afford to help them without hurting myself financially. "How much do you need?" I asked. Relief flooded their faces and Dad actually teared up. "Just enough to help with the bills and loan payments. Maybe $1,000 a month." I nearly choked on my water. That was a significant sum, the same amount Grandma had given me for housing during college, but my recent promotion and bonus meant I could manage it. "I can do that," I said. "Finally, I'll set up a monthly transfer." They both burst into tears, thanking me profusely. I felt nothing, no warmth, no reconnection, just a vague sense that I was doing the right thing despite them not deserving it. When I told Grandma Eleanor about my decision the next day, she surprised me by approving. "You're a better person than they are," she said simply. "That's something to be proud of." Over the next few months, I saw my parents more frequently. Occasional dinners, sometimes with Lily when she was home from college. She hadn't changed a bit, still self-centered, still treated like a princess by our parents. But what struck me was her appearance. Her clothes were designer brands, her nails professionally done, and she sported a new MacBook and iPhone. I didn't mention it. I kept sending the money each month, and my parents kept thanking me with over-the-top gratitude that felt hollow. Then they started asking for more. Small amounts at first. "The car needs repairs. Could you help with $200? The water heater broke. Would $350 be too much to ask?" I rarely said no. My career was thriving, and I told myself it was just money. At work, I was assigned a major project, restructuring our approach to corporate clients. If successful, it would likely lead to a department head position. I threw myself into it, working longer hours than ever. Finally, after months of work, my project concluded successfully. The CEO personally congratulated me and the promotion I'd been hoping for came through. Department head of corporate relations with a salary nearly double what I'd been making. I bought an expensive bottle of wine and drove straight to Grandma Eleanor's house to celebrate. "I'm so proud of you," she said, clinking her glass against mine. "But promise me now you'll take some time for yourself." "I will," I agreed. "Maybe I'll even start dating again." "Hallelujah," she laughed. A week later, I made time to visit my parents for dinner. Lily was home from college and I noticed she had a new designer handbag that probably cost more than my first month's rent. "I got promoted," I announced during dinner, trying to share my accomplishment. A strange silence fell over the table. Then Mom said, "You know, with your new position, you could probably afford to help us a bit more. Maybe $1,500 a month instead of $1,000, I laughed, thinking she was joking. "I've already been helping for months, plus covering all those emergency expenses." Lily rolled her eyes. "Don't be so selfish, Chelsea. It's not like you need all that money for yourself." Coming from her, with the $800 bag sitting next to her, it was too much. "No," I said firmly. "The amount stays the same." The rest of dinner was tense with disapproving glances from all three of them. I left early, unsettled by how quickly their gratitude had morphed into entitlement. Months passed. Lily graduated from college, a fact I learned when Mom called to invite me to a celebration dinner. I arrived at their house expecting other guests, but it was just the four of us. Lily proudly announced she'd be celebrating her graduation with a luxury resort trip to Mexico. Mom cleared her throat. "We were hoping you might pay for Lily's trip as a graduation gift." I stared at them in disbelief. "Excuse me?" "It would mean so much to her," Dad added. "After all her hard work." Lily nodded eagerly. "It's only $14,000 for the package I want." I put down my fork. Lily hasn't earned a single dollar in her life. Why would I spend that kind of money on her vacation? "If you don't help your sister," Mom threatened, "don't consider yourself part of this family anymore." I looked at them. My entitled sister, my manipulative mother, my weak father, and felt nothing but release. "Fine by me," I said calmly. "And by the way, I'm stopping the monthly transfers, too. You can figure out your own finances from now on." As I walked to my car, I heard them calling after me, but I didn't look back. When I got home, I immediately canceled the automatic transfer in my banking app. For weeks, they bombarded me with calls and texts. I blocked their numbers. Emails came next, alternating between guilt trips and apologies. I filtered them to trash.